Good morning, and I hope you've been well, and this is part 62 of the Pokemon Rejuvenation V13.5 Let's Play, set mode, no items, so yeah. So before we get into today's episode, I do want to apologize. I am still very sick, so if I seem a lot more blah, dumb, and stupid this episode, and probably for the next few episodes, that's probably why. I'm not going to get into like a long rant about it. I brought it up on the last episode, so yeah. Pretty much as well, it's kind of late at night. My sleep is very weird and out of place and out of norm. So yeah, I just can't really sleep and whatnot, so I decided to start recording. So yeah, maybe not the most wise thing, but I kind of feel like doing something than just laying down and not really doing a lot. Anyways, I'm a little busy right now. Please don't bug me. You got it. Good day to you, Katsu. Mr. Theolia, pleasure to have you in my house once again. Now that's kind of like I can't read or speak today. That's honestly kind of like an interesting thing to say, because like I don't remember if she's ever said that this was her house. I would assume probably so, but if not, then you guys sleeping on like the bookshelves or something? The table over there, the weird generator. I don't really see any beds or anything. Either way, not that important. Just find it a little goofy. I've brought Maria for Tasia's tutoring session. That much is clear, Mr. Theolia. Please call me Vitus. Very well, Vitus. If that is all, I must ask you that you leave. I am a very busy woman. Sorry, but there's more. Maria, why don't you go to Tasia? There's things I must discuss with Katsu. Okay, I will. I wanted to speak about the manner of how you educate Tasia. With all due respect, Vitus, I don't think it's your business telling me how to raise my daughter. Pardon my rude behavior, I did not mean to impose. I just suggest that you give her a break every now and then. A child requires freedom and leisure to succeed. Anastasia is not an ordinary child, she is a genius, and I will not have her waste her potential. Sure, her intellect is high, but her social skills are suffering. That's enough, Vitus. You're pissing me off. Learn your place. Give your daughter all the breaks you want, but when it's time for your... I can't read today. But when it's time for entrance exams, mine will be on top. We'll see just how well your breaks do for you then. Now, as I've reiterated many times, I am a very busy woman with an agenda. I don't have time for this, Mr. Theolia. If you would go now, that would be lovely. I tried. She's a brick wall, a lost cause. Mr. Theolia? Oh, you're the two children who saved Anitha. Yeah, we overheard it all. Whoops. I suppose you were destined to encounter Katsu's stubbornness one way or another. If it means anything, I'm on your side. The kid needs a break, sorry. Unfortunately for Tasia, I don't think that will be a reality for her, poor girl. This won't be forever though. Soon she'll be free of her mother's overprotective nature. Still, it's gonna suck until then. Now, it is kind of like an interesting thing. I don't remember if Maria was always looking at all of us, kind of like listening in at this given point. I feel like I remember back then she was more so focus on Tasia is what I'll say for now, with like her studies. So it is kind of like interesting that she's listening and watching this as well, but I might be wrong and she's always done that and I'm misremembering, but not that big of a deal. Be as it may, I'm done here. I have a meeting with Mr. Blakery down at the Blakery Co. Oh, right. Do you mind if Alana and I tag along? I suppose there's no harm in that, but I must warn you that this meeting isn't exactly joyous. Well, that was way easier than I thought. Vitus seems to be a down-to-earth guy, but what happens to him that turns him into such a bad guy is what I'll say. I guess we'll learn soon enough. Let's go. Wait a minute. He said Blakery Co. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. For a moment. Hello. Hi. So if I'm not mistaken, it seems that they've redone her sprite. Because I don't think... No, this is definitely different. And I can't tell. I'm pretty sure Maria stayed the same from V13. And then Katsu... I think she's kind of different as well, actually. Not by a big change, but I think there are some changes. Then again, I might be wrong. You're that child from earlier, Don't think I didn't notice you eavesdropping? My opinion of you is very low. Good day. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. And same to all my friends, family, viewers. Yeah, this sickness is making me go insane, man. Alright. But jokes aside, I love you guys. Please take care, stay hydrated. Yeah. Okay, so we did read all of that. Okay. I assume we'll go in here. I don't think a lot of them really say a whole lot, but I'm going through the... God, I can't read. I'm going through all the data and can confirm that the moon in fact does not have a face. Don't bother me right now, I'm busy. These plans are coming through quite swimmingly. I'm incredibly glad that I have the opportunity to work at such a high-ranking facility. Alrighty then. What's going on? Please understand. What's this guy's deal? Mr. Theolia, what brings you back into my establishment? Mr. Blakery, you know why I am here. I'm here to settle our little dispute. I see, yes, this is very much an unfortunate predicament. I'm sorry, Mr. Theolia, but I do not plan to change my stance. So is anyone going to fill us in? What's going on here exactly? It's quite simple. Mr. Theolia here built on property he did not own. I purchased the unclaimed territory with plans to expand Kyugurin City further. That's ridiculous. I have lived here far longer than the people of Kyugurin City. Sorry for the pause there. I kind of like died for a second. But honestly, that's kind of like a cool little detail that again a lot of people might skip over because like technically he's not wrong. I've been here far longer than like any of you guys, which again it's technically not a lie. He's been around for a long while. Anyways, I allowed you to build Kyugurin City as long as you didn't disrupt my family's personal life, but I see that doesn't matter to you. There's no respect here. Allowed me? What nonsense is this? I did not require permission from an off-grid family. In fact, you lack any ground at all. This land was earned by me. Your plot of land is under my ownership as well. Eat my butt, Mr. Blakery. You're really going to put a family out on the streets for something so greedy? But I guess I expected this selfishness coming from a Blakery. My word, I'll have you know that I had no such intention. I gave them a deal. Once Kyugurin City expanded, they can own an apartment free of charge. Isn't that a fair trade-off? I mean, that's a sweet deal, but that's still not... Whatever, we do not accept. Precisely, I do not intend to move my family anywhere. Mr. Theolia, you do just make everything so difficult. Do what you will, but you will regret this someday. So that's all then? That is all. Well, fine then. We're leaving. You can go back to the mansion without me, Alon. I have to make a quick stop. Well, out with you. Look, man, it ain't my home. Don't gotta yell at me. I will say, though, to be fair, I'm not necessarily gonna disagree with Venom. I don't know, it's something that I've been on rants on with, like, friends with, I can't speak today. Something I've talked about with friends, internet friends, like on Discord and whatnot, and I think the one character trait that I would say I hate the most, and it's kind of like a weird thing, because it's like, I'm not really like a hateful person. There's rarely ever anything that I hate, but I don't know, I cannot stand greedy people, man. And I'm not like one of those people that is like, oh, get rid of the rich and raw and gar, and I'm not trying to say that, but it's more so, I don't know, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'll just never understand it. It just sucks that some people... It's a pretty loud truck. Sorry about that, got distracted there, but it's just that some people, they're just never content, it's never enough, and I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So we got that taken care of. We're gonna go on ahead and get these guys battled here. Well, that's for a moment. Okay. Sonar. Right. We need to get a Breloom. I almost forgot about that guy. Right, I gotta... Okay. We're going to the PC real quick. I kinda wish that they would have added a PC store over there, but that's okay. This battle that's coming up, it can be tricky, so do keep that in mind. I don't remember what I do for this battle. Do something. Okay. Let me do this. I'll bring you there. Sonar just gets obliterated. I don't think Blaziken does a whole lot for me. I'll keep those two around. You're not bad for Snarl. But I guess we could bring... The problem is you're... What is it again? Psychic Fairy? So I mean, you kind of get obliterated. I guess we'll... I forgot, does that thing have like Magic Bounce or something? I don't remember what it had. It has something. Or am I thinking of like a Lumberry? I might be thinking of like the Intense but no items moveset on that thing. Oh, hold up. I kind of want the one with special defense. There you are. I kind of wish you had Yawn, but that's okay. We'll bring Crobat. Why not? I don't really want to bring two Quags, but I might. Could bring this guy though. Lower the special defense. But then again, I feel like you just get out code. Yeah, let's bring you. Why not? And one more. I don't know, we could be a little goofy. Let's bring you. Why not? Why not? Alright. Let me... I forgot if it was a double battle. I know she has shields, but I guess we'll find out. And then I really need to make a note on that to get a Breloom. Breloom is a fantastic Pokemon to keep and have throughout your Rejuvenation game. We'll get that. Probably not this episode. Do I have a notepad actually? Alright, sorry for the pause there. I got a notepad, wrote that down so I don't forget. Okay. I think we're good. It seems there are a group of people meeting in secret. Listen in. Yes. It certainly took you all long enough to get here. You made sure you weren't followed, correct? Yes, ma'am, we are alone. Are we now? Very well then, if you insist. You weren't clear on this before. What exactly is it that you want us to do? I wasn't clear because the timing was inappropriate. You four are aware of the dispute between the Blakeries and the Theolias, yes? My Master Vitus is being too stubborn and refuses to use his power to stop all of this. That Anitha, she's ruining him. She's ruining everything. So, what does this have to do with our team? I need you to apprehend Vitus, keep him in captivity. Arrest him? That's what you brought us out here for? This is literally our job. You do well to hold your tongue, worm. I'm very aware of what your assigned task is. Do not get cross with me. I need you to crush Vitus's spirit. I want you to destroy Destroy the need to be so soft. I want you four to destroy the Marble Mansion. Vitus will be a witness to this deed. Hold on there. We are police officers, not a demolition team. You don't need to be part of a demolition team to destroy something. You have Pokemon, do you not? We all have Pokemon, but that's not really the issue here. If you're afraid of the consequences that may follow, don't be. You have my protection. Besides, that reward is still on the table, a glorious bounty of relic treasure. After this deed, you four won't have to work another day in your lives. Fine, we'll do it. But after this, we don't know each other. Of course, in fact, I don't think you all will ever see me again. Or anything, really. What? Oh, don't worry. I was just thinking out loud. This way, quickly. We shall start immediately. There's no reason to be so coy. I'm always open to talking. Well, well, well. Look at what we have here. A mole. Now, what are we to do with you? You've heard everything. This is just a bad case of wrong place, wrong time. It's unfortunate, really. I do appreciate what you've done for Anitha, really. Truly unfortunate. Oh my, so you've chosen to fight back? Very well then, I'll play along. Let's just see what you can do. If you impress me, who knows? I just might let you live. Well, Okay. You do have a Lumberry. Okay. Go on ahead and do that since your Lumberry's gone. Take the hit, go for Earthquake. It just doesn't really matter what you do. Dark Fairy, that's what you are. Let's go for Iron Head here. And then I think we're fine, honestly. Yeah, this battle was severely watered down, man. I remember, even with like the regular V13, whatchamacallit, battle with this, the dark Gardevoir here. I remember having a lot more like shields, honestly. To be fair, I know we went for Toxic, but honestly, I don't even think we really needed to go for Toxic. My, you do possess some amount of strength. I'm impressed, but I'm sorry to say that it's futile. While we had our little encounter, the plan has been put into motion. Even still, I cannot have you interfering. Sleep now, my child. Is Allah not here yet? I haven't seen them, no. Were they supposed to be here? Huh, weird. I told Alon to meet me here, but whatever. Knowing them, they're off doing some side quest or something. You're not making any sense. Anyway, I came up with a plan to disrespect Mr. Blakery. The way he walked over us in that office was inexcusable. I'm not about disrespecting anyone. Just hear me out. I got these 3 rolls of toilet paper, right? We're gonna TP his establishment. We're going to let him know that he's the crap and we're here to wipe. You have several problems that must be addressed one day. Yeah. I think it's kind of goofy with that little interaction there where Venom's like, yeah, you're right. Can't disagree with that. What the hell was that? Alright, what's going on here? Mr. Blakery has placed charges on you, Mr. Theolia. You're placing charges on us? What did we do? Mr. Blakery has claimed that you all barged into his office and threatened his well-being. Following this apprehension will begin the demolition of this illegal household as well. Demolition? My wife and child live in this establishment. You cannot. Arrest me, do what you will, but spare the child and my family. This child and my family, sorry. Orders are orders, and we're being pressed to follow them. Please. Come closer, I dare you. I'll be difficult too. My snake will tear you all apart, so be my guest. Are you resisting arrest? In that case, Venom, please stop. What? Why? This is bullcrap and you know it. Let's just go peacefully. We'll get through this. Mr. Theolia. And I gotta say, I really like that little scene that they kind of like add with like Venom's sprite and whatnot, just getting like, you know, mad and furious and, you know, being like, yeah, you want to try this? Yeah, let's go, let's do it, you know? I think it's a really cool like addition because like there's different like sprite changes with like certain characters, but I really like what they've done with Venom there. I like that. Please, I must ask Ellie. I can't read today. I must oh my god. I must at least ask for you to wait until Mr. Blakery and I discuss this once more. I hate that I have to just sit here and do nothing. Venom, I'm going to ask you to do something that may get you in a vast amount of trouble. I'm not going to let these hooligans take my house away from my family. Just look for my signal. Got it. Tangrove, Power Whip. Now. Vitus, is something happening? What's with all the noise? Well, I don't think that plan or signal went well, Vitus. Holy crap. What just happened? Anatha, get out of my way. We were assured that only Vitus Theolia was present on the grounds. You idiot. That clearly wasn't true because I'm literally standing right here. If you had any brain cells, you would have put two and two together right then and there. This is all because Mr. Blakery's greed for this land. No, this wasn't actually an order from Mr. Blakery. What are you talking about? You just said it was someone else, someone unrelated. Fantastic, marvelous, you have all done very well. To think you would have failed at your job, but as a result did something far more useful. Anatha was nothing but a virus in this household. Now that she's out of the way, Vitus can do what he was always destined to do. I am eternally grateful. Let me be a proper host and give you your just reward. Forget the agreement. We're out of here. Agreement? I can't seem to recall such a thing. Gardevoir, you blank. Did you set this up? I don't think you should be focusing your strength on me. Perhaps you should be doing something more productive, like finding your friend. For a moment. Maria. You're still not waking up? How careless of you. I thought it was suspicious to see all of those officers guard this area, but for it to only be for you, I have to wonder. I can't save you just yet. I ask that you accept this selfish favor and wait for me to finish things. I put my training to the test. Just sleep tight for a bit. Alon, Alon, you've got to open your eyes. That's it. You're waking up now. Just a bit more. I finally found you. There were so many of these people guarding you. Do you understand how many people I had to go through to get here? I was so worried, scared, taking too long to find me. I'm pretty sure worried and taking too long to find me, I think, give the exact same points. I might be wrong on that actually. Maybe the third one gives you more. Either way, let's go check out the guide here. And right, we should be on chapter 9. Okay, worried is +2, scared is -2, taking too long to find me is +3, so you kind of just mess with her. Taking too long to find me. Oh, shut up. I may have taken a bit longer than I wanted to. Yeah, you're right though, I could have been a little faster. Anyway, now that I found you, I gotta tell you something. Anatha's dead. Gardevoir plotted behind the scenes and indirectly got her killed. I'm assuming you ran into Gardevoir before all of this, right? Thought so. Everything that's happened, we should just drop this. Find Malia and just ditch this time. This is way beyond all of us. We know what Vitus is capable of. I just feel bad for Anatha. She didn't deserve it. Let's get back to Q Girin. Now, of course, before you leave, this little guy right here, you're going to want to grab it. Do not leave without it. Unless for some odd reason you don't want to explore a certain apartment. But anyways, Maria, no! Maria, I'm so useless. Hey, what's going on here? Where's Maria? We don't know where Maria is, that's the problem. I left Maria to study with Anastasia so that I could finish my own work. The next thing I hear is Anastasia crying to herself with Maria nowhere to be found. Fine then, Anastasia, do you know what happened to Maria? Maria, she was taken. Anastasia, what do you mean she was taken? By whom? We're friends of Maria too, we want to help her, so please explain what had happened. Maria and I were studying when suddenly this Pokemon appeared out of thin air. Suddenly she just grabbed Maria and then they vanished. Taken by a Pokemon, that has to be Gardevoir. I couldn't do anything, it all happened so fast. You useless child, why didn't you just tell me this earlier? Don't yell at me. How dare you? Tasia, don't run away from me. Well, chasing after them would be a waste of time. We got our info. Alon, I know I just said that we should drop this and not get involved, but we can't just let her be taken like that. We know what happens to her if she's left with Vitus. If any of that was even real, I'm going back to the Marble Mansion. I'm going to do all that I can. You don't have to come with me, in fact. I understand completely if you choose not to. This crap is dangerous, but gosh darn it, I'm not going to be able to sleep at night if I don't at least try. So yeah, I've made up my mind. And so have I, because if you don't, the story does not progress. And of course, I would always be by Venom's side to help her. Alrighty then. Oh darn, these doors flew all the way over here. That Tangrowth was not playing around with that power whip. Alon, you actually came to help. Thanks. Anitha, I didn't know her well, but I feel so crappy about this whole thing. Gardevoir is in this mansion somewhere. We should team up and explore. This place looks like it's massive. Let's leave no stone unturned. Real quick. There we go. We gotta find some sort of clue in here. Where do we check first? Hold on, I'm having a hard time keeping up with you. I can't believe Anitha is dead. She was just with us and then suddenly she's gone. We gotta find some sort of clue in here. Where do we check first? This mansion is massive. Why is such a place like this alone in the woods like this? I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it with her. Hey Alon, remember Vitus and Gardevoir came out of those two doors? I bet everything that they're back through those doors. We should check the doors. If they're locked, then it's practically confirmed. Yep, locked. They're back there being cowards. Ah, darn it. There's gotta be a key for this door somewhere. Maybe we should. Where is she? Where is my daughter? What? Did you say something, Alon? Beyond these doors? What lies beyond these doors? Okay, that wasn't you, but I definitely heard something. Maria. Anitha. Real quick, hold up. I kind of like the music here. It's definitely like a slowed down version of something that's been played before. I don't recognize it though. Either way. Huh, wait, what's going on? What's happening? Anitha, I don't mean to drop a bomb on your life, or lack thereof, but you died. You were hit head on by that Tangrowth's power whip. No, I remember too well. I just don't understand why I'm conscious. I'm supposed to be dead, gone from this world. Please, do you guys know where Maria is? Unfortunately, Gardevoir has her right now. Gardevoir, where is she? Well, my theory was that she's behind those two doors there. There's a problem though. They're locked and we have no idea how to unlock them. I was never allowed inside of Vitus's studies, but what is he hiding in there, I wonder? I don't know, but Alana and I are going to find out. Do you know where the key is? No, but there must be a spare key somewhere. He won't. She disappeared. Darn, talk about bad timing. I was hoping she'd give us some information, but what's even more confusing is why she was able to manifest herself like that. Wait, this is what Irvin was talking about, you know, with the Soul Stone. It's possible that the Soul Stone was able to grab her soul and allowed her to remain in this world. In that case, that's cruel, but it cannot be helped. The plan's the same as before. Let's find that key and end this. Anitha will see the truth. We gotta find some sort of clue in here. Where do we check first? Oh right, I already read that. We have guests during this time, sorry, but you were not invited. Don't worry, we know we don't need an invite to crash the party. Oh. I forgot to heal my team, but that's okay. You awful children. Next time you stop us like that, I'll drop kick you into the next dimension. Trust me, we've been there. We're tending to the garden so that it stimulates... Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. That's clearly not true if you're sitting here like nothing's happening. Be useful and tell us where the extra key is to the study. Let's make a deal. How about a battle? If you win, I'll let you know a little secret. Just what I like to hear. For a moment. Oh well. That worked out. I lost. How disappointing. Cough up the info now. You won the game, so I guess that's quite alright. In 4 rooms in this mansion, there are 4 statues depicting Meloetta. These statues can be rotated if all the Meloetta statues are set in a way where they're all facing each other. A door may open. Okay then, we'll give that a try. Please don't run in the hall. I think that's... Yeah, that's it for the maids there. I guess only one. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, this puzzle isn't super tricky. So you're facing that way. Let's see if I remember. There we go. For a moment. We got them all set up, but I don't think anything happened. Let's go check some of the doors in the main room. I kind of remember back then... Yeah, the layout of the manor was different, and it was definitely a more complicated puzzle that like required some sort of like code, but I guess they, well, they changed it during like V13 as well. But yeah, it used to be quite a bit more tricky. We'll take that with us. It's a familiar portrait. Wait, no, something's wrong with it. Oh, so, okay. Interesting. But you can go here. Because, like, back then the portrait did look different, but they redid it more so in whatchamacallit, Zumi's art style. Oops. There we go. What a mad genius, Alon. A key even popped out of this painting. Alright, I'll just take this and test out the door downstairs. Alrighty. For a moment. What are we? 40 minutes? Yeah, we'll keep going. I'm just kind of curious is all. Okay. For a moment. So it seems this area has pretty much stayed the same then. They didn't redo this. Yeah, it's definitely the same as before. I kind of thought that maybe they would have redone this, but no, looks the same. This is insane. Are you seeing this, Alon? There's an officer and the other three are nowhere to be found. With a magma pit, Gardevoir and Indred really got rid of the other ones. We should lay low and be quiet. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, let me save right there. Along this way. This is so creepy. He's doing that ritual garbage he did back at the mansion. You know, it's one of those things. I don't want to get into, like, I know I probably will soon, but I think that's like the one thing that has always like complicated my mind is like piecing together like a timeline, right? Because you go back to the prologue, it plays out differently, and there's a decent chance that with the prologue it's just Indred, you know, creating these endless cycles, just messing with Maria or Marionette. But, and again, you know, it could be like a different version, a different timeline. That's a thing that can just get so complicated, is, you know, dimensions, time travel, yada yada yada. Like it can get into just difficult territory. Some people may understand it, I don't. But I don't know. Just something that was on my mind is all. You all may have once known me as Vitus Theolia, the man who gave you all a second chance at life, a true purpose. This man has left us today. Thus a new being is born, one that has ascended the limitations of a human. I am Indred. There it is. Gosh darn it. A grave sin was committed today in my very home, the Marble Mansion. An officer sent by Thomas Blakery tried to silence me, to remove me. The one that stands before us is the one who took away the woman I loved. Anitha Theolia, my sweet dear Anitha, I tried to protect you from the evils from the outside, but in my hubris, I've allowed you to slip through the cracks and escape my clutches. Do not worry, Indred. Arceus shall take her and protect her now. Let the ceremony begin. It is done. Her body and soul have been cleansed. Now let us introduce a member into our ranks. A new member, sorry. Come forth, Cannon. Cannon? What is Cannon doing down here? Oh, for the love of... You've got to be crapping me. Thank you for welcoming me here, sir. You have to have seen the evil this world brings forth? Is this your reason for joining? That it is, sir. I wish to protect people I love. That is my goal. There is no harm in that. It's a wish we all want. It is a noble thing to wish for. Security, friendship, or perhaps love. No, ma'am, it's not about a dishonest one. You lied to us and to yourself. Be as it may, we'll entrust you with a very important task. This will bridge our trust in each other. Take this. This is... It's an orb that has a very powerful explosion compact inside. A blast that is capable of ruining kingdoms. You know what's interesting? I have a really interesting thought. Heavy spoilers, by the way. Go to the comment section below if you don't want to listen to this. Alright, so if I remember correctly, Nimra Vitus, life, death, light, dark, however you want to word it. After the whole thing with, Variah being like, oh hey look, supercomputer, I'm going to live inside it, and I'm going to create this wacky game here. Pretty much created, again, 17 souls, the main ones, life and death, Vitus, Nimra. If I'm not mistaken, they created the servant Cannon, right? But what's interesting here is, for some reason, Vitus is like a new member, Cannon. Why does Vitus not recognize him when he and Nimra created Cannon? Right? Unless they changed some things with like V13.5 and all of that later within the story. I'm gonna assume they probably did it, but I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious on that. You would think he'd be like, wait a minute, wait, you're Cannon. I know you. I made you practically. So yeah, unless they're, well, I mean, to be fair, he fooled a lot of people with like being a servant, right? Because everyone thinks he's just like, this person that got, snatched away before death practically, and, ended up in this world here. So maybe he was able to fool Vitus, but like that seems really hard to believe. I feel like there's something that I'm forgetting with the story with Cannon and whatnot, but I'll leave it at that. An explosive device? What do, or rather, where do you want me to use this? Kyugurin City has been a plague to this earth since its construction. Take this orb there, crush it, and the entire city will be engulfed in its blast. Kyugurin City will be destroyed. What about the people who reside there? They will all die painlessly. It's a necessary step for us to secede, sorry, not proceed. This is interesting, if not a tad bit funny. Now, real quick, I want to point this out real quick. Unless they change the dialogue, this is one of those moments that I think everyone needs to listen, or, well, you don't have to listen to me, of course, but like if you're playing it on your own time and whatnot, to really read it carefully here. I failed to see what's so humorous about this. The hilarity comes from your stupidity. First of all, what does hilarity mean? We're gonna learn today. Extreme amusement, especially when expressed by laughter. Okay. But anyways. It's just like the woman in the mask said. You all were up to no good. I think this right here is Like, one of the most important dialogues in the entire game. This one right here. It says so much in my opinion. Now, some people might be like, alright, he's sick, he's going insane. And then there's some people that may be like, hold up, wait a minute. He's still an idiot, but he's on to something, you know? But jokes aside though, well, not really jokes, I am pretty dumb, but either way though, I don't know, man, like, it's one of those things, like, this line here, in my opinion, is easily one of the most important lines within the entire game. I can't say it is the most important one, but it speaks so many volumes. It's just like the woman in the mask said, you all are up to no good. This is where I want to get into some spoilers here for a little bit. As usual, go to the comment section if you don't want to get spoiled. So this line right here, again, it's just like the woman in the mask said, you all are up to no good. We all know the woman in the mask. Piano lady, right? No, I'm just playing. Madam X, she, for some reason, guided Canon to this point here to deceive Indred here, to take the destructive orb and attempt to ruin the plan. Madam X pretty much used Canon as a chess piece on the board and moved him in a certain part of the board, is how I'm going to word it. It's interesting, because think about it for a second. Indred here is like, okay, we're going to cause destruction. I need to wipe everything for Arceus to love me and cleanse the world and yada yada yada. I gotta kill everybody. I gotta do it, man. You know, like, he's insane, right? Like, it's the right thing to do. But the reality of it is, you know, it's not really in his control, because again, Varaya, again, created this insanely complex puzzle, this complex game that has so many different layers. She truly is the one moving every piece on the board, black and white, you know? And we're just, you know, we're all just pawns to her, practically. But anyways, though, but ignoring that for a second, again, Vitus's whole thing is, you know, I gotta wipe everything out. It's gotta go. For Arceus, and the cleanse everything, and for life, and yada yada yada, I gotta do it. But what's interesting is the whole contradiction with Oblivion. And I want to bring that up for a moment, because like I go back and forth on that. I'm 50-50 with it. Is Team Zen really after Oblivion? Or not? I don't know anymore. Because at one moment you have Clear and Kieran within the Renegade route that they are like, you gotta understand, if you go and join the Renegade route, me and Clear, right? If you join us, sorry, Kieran and Clear, tomato, it doesn't matter. If you join us, you're going for Oblivion. You are fighting for a future that has no hope. Do you understand that? But Madam X has done things that it is like the polar opposite in a sense. Because it's like, at that point, it's like, why even stop Indred then? Why? Why? Not only that, think about it in this sense as well. You go to the Doom timeline, for an example. The whole thing with Talia, sorry, not Talia. Oh my god. Vivian, sorry, not Talia. Vivian. Talia is a whole nother thing, but Vivian. She has a debate with you, the one in the millions, and she says it, the millions have to go on. You cannot go about it and just save the one you love. That creates catastrophe. Why then? Why would she say she wants to, like, you have to do it for the millions? Maybe she's the one that ultimately wants to be the one to cause Oblivion to stop, you know, this entire complex puzzle. Maybe that's it. But I look at it from a deeper perspective. When you go back to Emma's Grotto, for an example, here's I can go on and on, different things, up and down, left, right, zigzag. There's so many ways that this game could play out, a numerous amount of ways. And I know I can't say every single possibility, but I can see it in a direction, like let's say the world is reset. They go to Amos Grotto, everything succeeds. Let's say that's Madame X's ultimate goal. I really feel, for an example, that her entire goal is to have full control of, Malia's golden light. And let's say she's able to reset everything, stop Varia, and redo everything without that control. And that's that. That's her ultimate goal. But that's the weird thing, though. If that is the case, though, I go back to it. Why can't you just upfront and just be like, hey guys, I just want to stop this supercomputer. Can I have your golden light? Now, of course, most likely, no, that's not going to happen, because that, I would safely assume, would pretty much, end Malia's life then and there, to pretty much give up that light that's within her, because at that point, it's practically like a life preserve for her in a sense, kind of. And that's also going to go into a reason that I will get into a theory on Madame X when I get into the one within the apartment. I have a very wacky theory on all of that, but anyways, I don't know. I go back and forth, and I also brought up another thing that, it just could be a situation that, again, like I brought up before, they're playing the role as the villain because they have to. They have to play the role as the bad guys. They can't be the heroes in this story. They have to play the bad guys because, again, if they don't play it in the way that Varia wants it to be played, it resets itself over and 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 over. She has to do it in the way that Varia has created this complicated puzzle, and once they reach the end game, it's full steam ahead. Hands are being thrown left and right from either side. There's also a whole thing that I also think in my mind that it wouldn't even surprise me if Clear and Kieran won Oblivion, but maybe Madame X doesn't. And Clear and Kieran, for an example, again, as they always say, it's not personal, it's just business. And may just be, double agents to Madame X and, I don't know, maybe working for Indra or some other thing. I don't know. It gets into complicated territory because on my mind it's like, does she want Oblivion or does she not want Oblivion? I think ultimately she does want to erase this time. She wants to stop Varia. She wants to stop Indra. She wants to be the one to do it. Or I can see it in a way that she's like, it's not what I want, but it's gotta be this way. Or a third option, I'll even throw a third thing in the mix. Within the old, apartment, there's a whole thing, like the hero that's gonna save us all. Again, same thing before, I have to play the role as the villain, and I have to guide the heroes in this sort of way, because I know what happens. I know that I need canon here. I know that I need to watch over this timeline here to make sure it plays out perfectly. I know I have to kill Nancy. I know that I need to do the whole thing on Valor Mountain and make sure that it's a entire catastrophe on my end. I have to lose in order to win. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice pawns and pieces and all sorts of things in order to fully win the game, But anyways, she could be in a sense, just guiding us, the Protect, the Interceptor, to be the ones to save the world and to just stop this insanity. I know I rambled and went on so much and probably made zero sense, and it's probably because of the sickness talking at this point, but I don't know. I'll go back to what I said though. I really do feel that this line is easily one of the most important lines within the entire game. It's just like the woman in the mask said, "You all are up to no good." I'll leave it at that. Lady in a mask? What are you blathering on about? She appeared to me months ago. She told me that you all were the cause of the future's destruction of this world. The horrors that I and many other people had to endure, I'll never let them experience that. And again, I'm not going to pause and dissect all of that because pretty much everything that I said on the spoilers kind of goes into some of that there. But again, those few lines there are incredibly important to the game. So, what you're saying is that you wasted our time. You can see it that way. Either way, prepare to be obliterated by my power. This is very unfortunate. Yes, very unfortunate. I saw potential in you, but potential means nothing if it's not used. Be gone. No, Salamence, but how? Truly pitiful. Canon. Canon is an example of what happens if you dare to betray us. Any further insolence shall be given the same punishment, no questions asked. Who will be brave enough to rise to the occasion and fulfill our mission? I would like to fulfill that task. Please allow me to do so. Good, the mission shall be carried out exactly as described before. Once the orb is crushed, you will be warped back to safety. Understood, I shall make my way there now. Finally, we shall punish the final offender. No, please, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm saving right here, by the way. Because there is a certain thing that will be coming up. What do we do? Save that man, or do we save Maria? Do we have time to do both? Anatha, you're back. Maria is in danger. We can't leave her here any longer. I understand what you're saying, but we can't let that other man die here too. Yeah, what he did was disgusting, but he should live to man up and go to jail, sorry. If he dies, then it's all over for him. But if we leave Maria alone, Alon, I need you to help me here. What should we do? Let me look at the points. Because normally there is a split down the road with the officer or Maria. Interesting. Save Maria plus for Anatha, but it shows nothing for the officer. What chapter was it again? Was it chapter 14? 13. I'm surprised. Because like back then on V13 there was a whole thing that you get certain points with some if you do the officer and save him, and then yeah, weird. It seems that's not even there at all. Now I will go through both scenes just to show them, of course. But odd. Let me do this one first real quick. Yeah, you're right. Maria is our top priority right now. I pity the officer, but karma always strikes. If we have time, we can try to save him too. I don't know, that... Maybe it costs a karma point, because it said the word karma there. Hold up. Relationship counter, or calc, sorry. Let's see. Sheridan, Kakuri, Lighthouse Quiz, Infinite Potential. Man, there's nothing for the officer. That is weird. I wonder why they would change that, though. Odd. Either way, we'll show what this does here. There's Maria. It looks like she's encased in some type of crystal. I can't even reach her from where I am. If we break that crystal, she's just going to fall into the abyss below. Come on, Venom, think. Perhaps I can free her from the crystal? You all just don't know when to quit, do you? Did you really think you three snuck down here undetected? I merely allowed you all to be a witness to Indred's glory. Why isn't anything ever easy in this world? Wait a minute, you said you can see Anitha? Of course I can see her. Only people with close connections with Anitha can see her in this form. Gardevoir, if I may ask you a question, I don't see why not. Ask away, worm. How long has Vitus continued to work with this cult? I thought I ended things when we got married. He promised to end this. Anitha, you knew all of this about him? I discovered this side of him long before we married. I begged him to stop. He looked me straight in my eyes and told me he would, but he lied to me. No, that's not correct. It seems you are on the wrong path, Lady Anitha. There is no doubt that Vitus was lost. He had no intention of continuing what he left behind so long ago, but it seems like with your death and a little help from me, he was able to see things clearly once again. With you out of the picture, everything will fall into place accordingly. Stop talking, we're getting Maria out of here no matter what. What makes you think you'd stand a chance against me? I even engaged in battle with Alon a while back, and even then, I was barely scratched. If only a fraction of my power was necessary to stand even with Alon, then imagine what would happen if I went all out. We don't have a choice but to stand up to you. If we don't, oh, but you do have a choice. I will give you the choice of leaving here unscathed, however refusing my offer, and I will release Maria from her prison. She will fall into the abyss and fall to her death. What? You're bluffing. There's no way you do something like that. Are you able to take such a chance? Do not underestimate me, Worm. I will do what needs to be done. Gardevoir, stop this. I will not. Anyone who gets in my Master Indred's way will feel my wrath. Let's just leave. But what about Maria? I know it sucks, but we can't risk her doing anything here. This won't be the end, I promise, so let's just retreat for now. Did you know that I'm awful at keeping promises? Sorry, but I've decided to end you here. There's never really ever a choice, right? Goodbye, you wretched fools. No. Let go of me this instant, Anitha. Anitha possessed Gardevoir. Vile wench, know your place. Unhand me this instant. All of you, leave now. But if you all die here, then there won't be anyone left to save Maria. I understand. Well, we'll leave. Alon, let's book it. Maria, forgive us. We'll be back for you. We failed to save Maria, but there was nothing that could have been done. She was trapped in this indestructible crystal. What could we do? We'll get another chance. This I believe. I'm horrified by the events here, but we must think of Q-Gurin. Vitus's followers is on her way to destroy it. She must be stopped. Oh crap, I totally forgot about that maid. I hope it's not too late. And Cannon was destroyed by Gardevoir. And how am I going to explain this to Malia and Irvin? Alon, it is clear to me that you and Venom are special children. I only ask for one thing. Please don't let Maria suffer. Please save her. Help me save my darling daughter Maria. My consciousness is fleeting once again. When I will wake again, I cannot say, but I know that we will meet again. Farewell, Alon. Real quick. Right. And then let me go on ahead and save the officer. Alright, I'm kind of curious here. Save the officer. Yeah, what he did was crappy, but burning alive like that is totally inhumane. What about Maria? I didn't forget about Maria. I'll go get her while Alon takes care of the officer. How does that sound? Very well. Okay, so... See, that's weird though, because it's like, at that point... Sorry, I'm just kind of like having a bro moment, because like, I don't know why you would even change the friendship points, or at least, I don't know, give it a karma point for saving him instead, but no, there's no mention of him on the V13.5 guide. Because like, he would be around, chapter 13 if I'm not mistaken. But there's nothing. Because I know if I... Let me go back to the old V13 relationship guide. Chapter 13. Or maybe it was chapter 12. Am I going crazy? Or is it chapter 14? Let me see. Oh my god, I can't find it. Am I? No, here it is. It is chapter 13 on the V13 guide. Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, because like, it shows here, and it's not really like spoilers. I mean, I'll keep it very vague. Like, if you choose to save the officer, you get points with 3 people that I won't name, but you get 3 points with Venom. But if you try to save Maria, you don't get points with Venom at that point. But with the V13.5 guide, there is like no mention of that at all. You know, I'm curious. Let me scroll down. Oh wait, hold on. I just realized I'm reading it. I didn't even pause the video. I'm sorry. Hold up. Yeah, sorry about that. There's like nothing with this guy. So at that point, it's just like... See, that's the tricky thing, because like back then, the reason I'm having a bro moment is like you kind of had a reason to save the officer, because like down the road you got points for it, but if you're not really going to get anything at all for it, it's like... Kind of rather have the +4 friendship points with Anatha, honestly. If you literally don't get anything by saving him. Weird. Unless, hold up. Let me check one more character. Nope, and Gardevoir doesn't even count as a character. Okay. Weird. Please untie me. Unless they change the story that he just dies regardless, I don't know. Thank you so much, I owe you my life. If you thought you were all under my radar, you are sadly mistaken. It seems we have a few rats running about. What's so important about this human? He has committed a grave sin and must be held accountable. Please, I want to atone for my sins. I will gladly turn myself in. Just please let me go. Stop being childish. This is your atonement. Out of respect of our prior battle, I shall allow you to leave, but the man stays here. Please don't. Don't leave me here with them. I refuse. What do you think will happen if you don't leave? I let you go before, but this time I won't be so kind. Be a smart person and leave. I know what I've done is wrong, but this is cruel. I said I was going to turn myself in. I won't leave you. Do you think this is a joke? If one isn't left behind, both of you will be eliminated. Alon won't leave me. Stop trying to convince them. I don't have time for this. This is my final offer. Leave alone. I am budging, bro. Sorry. Alon, you are as stubborn as you are idiotic. It's pretty true. If you want to bask in oblivion, then so be it. I am more than happy to grant you that wish. Sorry, but oblivion is something we're just not interested in. You're an evil witch, Gardevoir. As long as I'm here, you won't get to do what you please. And what exactly changes with you here? Absolutely nothing. You just will meet the same fate as everyone else who dares gets in Master Endred's way. Charizard Heatwave. How embarrassing. Gosh darn it, Charizard. I know I'm not Amber or Tesla, but if you don't listen then, you'll be destroyed too. Just suck it up and use Heatwave to generate a smokescreen. Come on. Do not frustrate yourself over trivial matters such as them. We'll see them again soon enough. Correct. Alon Venom, I will have my revenge. See, like, it's odd. I'm still curious on that. Unless the guide may have forgotten that whole thing. But if they didn't, and let's say they actually did take that bit out, then it's kind of like, what do you gain from saving the officer when you get +4 with Anitha? I mean, to be fair, I'm not saying you shouldn't save the officer, but I don't know. I don't know. You all saved me from that wretched Pokemon. I'm going to report this to the chief down in Spotlight City. I won't forget this. We failed to save Maria, but there was nothing that could be done. She was trapped in this indestructible crystal. What could we do? We'll get another chance. This, I believe. I'm horrified by the events here, but we must think of Q Giran. Vitus's followers is on her way to destroy it. She must be stopped. Oh crap, I totally forgot about that maid. I hope it's not too late. And Cannon was destroyed by Gardevoir. How am I going to explain this to Malia and Irvin? Alon, it is clear to me that you and Venom are special children. I only ask for one thing, please. Don't let Maria suffer. Please save her. Help me save my darling daughter Maria. My consciousness is fleeting once again. When I will wake again, I cannot say. But I know that we will meet again. Farewell, Alon. Either way, I think that'll be it for today's episode since we're like over an hour in. Normally on every playthrough I save the officer mainly because you can't really save Maria regardless. You know what? Hold up. I want to look at this as well. Do you get points with Anitha if you go after Anitha? Or go after Anitha. If you go after Maria instead. During V13 at V13.5. Let me look here. Okay, so here, save the officer makes Gardevoir Angie? What the hell is Angie? Spanish singer and that can't be the right thing. They probably... Hold on. What does Angie mean? Angry in a cute way. Okay, she's Angie then. I've never even heard of that before. Um, well, actually, no, it makes sense then, because, like, it does kind of, like, play out differently, because, like, she's like, I will have my revenge against you guys, versus going after Maria, that she doesn't really say any of that. Either way, if you value the +4 with Anatha, that's totally understandable, and normally I would, but I've always saved the officer, man. That's what I've always done with almost every playthrough that I've done of Rejuvenation. So I think I'm gonna stick with the officer then. That's what I want to do, and yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's episode, since we went on a lot longer than I wanted to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Good morning.